Some leaked audio just hit the internet, and apparently Rihanna had some words for Kendall Jenner about Chris Brown. Now, you already know there's a messy history between Rihanna, Chris, and the Kardashian-Jenner clan. But this leak shows us that the Kardashians really let Rihanna suffer all these years. Fans have been speculating about it for a while, but apparently, Rihanna had a private conversation with Kendall Jenner where she confronted her about her connection to Chris Brown, and it's exactly as messy as it sounds. The tension in that conversation was thick, and Rihanna wasn't holding back, calling out Kendall for what she felt was a betrayal. But here's the real deal. The Kardashians are the ones who stood by and let Rihanna go through it without stepping in. The situation's got people looking at the Kardashians a little sideways, especially considering their history with both Rihanna and Chris Brown. Fans are now questioning how far they were willing to go to protect their relationships and whether they ever really had Rihanna's back. Things can get messy when personal drama gets mixed with fame, but this audio takes things to a whole new level. Rihanna, who's usually so poised and private, was clearly holding a lot in. And the fact that the Kardashians weren't there for her got the people talking. Rihanna's suffering started when Kendall Jenner chose to stand by Chris Brown, even after his violent history with her. It wasn't just a casual association. Kendall openly befriended Chris in 2014, and that choice stung. Rihanna had already been through so much, and seeing someone in her industry, especially someone from a family as influential as the Kardashians, publicly align with her felt like a betrayal. Kendall chose a side, and it was the wrong one, if you ask Riri. And honestly, Rihanna had every reason to feel that way. But Chris's little stunt with Kendall is just the tip of the iceberg. Kendall seems to have a thing for Riri's guys because she and Rocky had a little romance going on a few years back too. Even though they never had anything serious, Kendall and Rocky were a thing for a little while back in 2017. Still, Rihanna felt hurt because of it. At the time, she and Rocky were just friends, but there was clearly something brewing between them. So when Kendall got involved, even if it was short-lived, Rihanna felt territorial. It wasn't just about the relationship itself. It was the pattern of Kendall cozying up to the same men Rihanna had deep ties to. And then, just a year later, Kendall tried showing some love to Rihanna on social media, but Riri wasn't having none of that. Kendall tweeted about wanting to hear Rihanna's song Complicated live, and Rihanna's response was as cold as it was telling. She straight up said, "Well, don't come." No explanation, no sugarcoating, just a straight up rejection. Rihanna wasn't just being petty, she was sending a message. To her, Kendall wasn't a fan who genuinely admired her music. She was someone who had already shown where her loyalties lay. She had been hurt, she had been disappointed, and that tweet was her way of drawing the line. So it doesn't really surprise that rumors started swirling about Rihanna privately confronting Kendall about her ties to Chris. And honestly, it wouldn't be surprising. Rihanna isn't the type to stay silent when she feels disrespected. The idea that she may have pulled Kendall aside to check her about it is completely believable. Whether or not the audio exists, it's clear Rihanna hasn't forgotten the past, and people are convinced she's still making moves to distance herself from the Kardashian-Jenner clan. But Kendall ain't the only one who tried to patch things up with Rihanna. Kim had a couple of failed attempts to get on Rihanna's good side too. During Kim's marriage to Kanye, she tried to build a relationship with Rihanna, but it never worked. Rihanna wasn't interested, and insiders believe it had a lot to do with Kanye's never-ending controversies. Unlike some celebs who looked the other way, Rihanna didn't play that game. She kept her distance, and Kim's attempts to cozy up to her only made things more awkward. And now you kind of understand why Rihanna is back in the limelight for working behind the scenes to keep the Kardashians out of the 2025 Met Gala. This conversation got introduced because Rocky is a co-chair, and we know that Riri is and always will be loyal to Rihanna. If she wanted to, Riri could definitely influence Rocky to pull some strings and get the Kardashians out of the picture when it comes to the Met Gala this year. Industry insiders claim Rihanna isn't the only one side-eyeing the Kardashians at this point. Some in the fashion world feel like their time in the spotlight is up, and with this year's theme focused on black men's style, it makes sense that Rihanna and Rocky would want the night to be about something bigger than influencer culture. And let's not forget, Rihanna has already shown she can flex her power in fashion, like when she made models, including Kendall wait for hours at a past runway show. Now, to be fair, nothing is confirmed. This is all based on insider claims. But with Rihanna's massive influence in both music and fashion, she's more than capable of making things happen behind the scenes. If the Kardashians do end up missing from the Met Gala this year, we might just have our answer. People are rallying behind Rihanna, calling the Kardashians outdated and out of touch with the culture. So while this might not be a case of years of suffering at their hands, Rihanna has definitely felt hurt, betrayed, and disrespected by this family more than once. And if this latest move is any indication, she's making sure they know it. Do you too think Riri will make the Kardashians miss the Met Gala this year? Let us know about it down below.